One of the key parts in basketball is being able to be deceptive with your moves to throw off a team or a player. There's many tactics you can use. One of the bigger ones I mentioned before in previous videos was Lu Dort drawing offensive fouls while going through a screen, and it's a flop. I think we know that. It's a deceitful move and it forces the ref to be in a tough position because Dort just sells it so well. In this video, we're going to highlight some moves just like that are very deceptive but effective. I have to include this because till this day it is so genius. The Jason Kidd hit me. That little stunt that Jason Kidd did was so slick and deceptive to give his team a timeout that he wasn't even supposed to have after he had no more. It worked, but the man got fined after that, which sucks. Curse those cameras, right? Because if they weren't so close up to him, he would have got off scot-free. He did something similar to Mike Woodson where he ran into Woodson, who was on the court, and drew a technical foul on him because as a coach you're not supposed to be on the court, and he just exploited that. Genius player, genius move. Jason Kidd all around is a genius. Marcin Gortat screen. I did an entire video on the Gortat screen, probably the best move you can do as a big man freeing up your guard. Essentially, you're just sealing the big from contesting the guard who is going to the rim. The thing here is that I've seen people argue that this is a moving screen, and depending on how this is executed, it definitely can be, but also you can technically argue that you're not screening but instead boxing out the big, especially if the big is also putting his arms up and trying to wrestle you for position. Slick move nonetheless, but effective and very popular nowadays. Derrick White perfectly timing his quick trigger threes off of screens. This one may be random, but Derrick White has probably the most slick dribble pull-up for threes off of screens that I've seen. At times just operating very slow and calm, and even you may think he is calling a screen to get a switch, but then he would just immediately rise up into that jumper, and oftentimes defenders won't even get a hand up because they were just not expecting that to happen. Pablo Prigioni and Jose Alvarado's sneak steal. Pablo was really old when he got into the league. He had no athletic bone in his body, but he was a very smart player. Jose and Pablo, really good players at just sneaking up behind you and generating a steal, lurking in the shadows, and just surprising you. This move is good to use when the offense is just not expecting you to do that, or seeing you creep up, or they're just trying to quick push the offense and just not paying attention on what's going on the floor. Kevin Durant and Chris Paul's rip through. Whenever you defend Chris Paul or Kevin Durant tight in isolation situations, and even when you want to extend a hand out, these guys were quick and active with that rip-through move. Generated easy fouls just by the defense being too aggressive in isolation situations. And I get it, it's a foul baiting move. People don't like foul baiting moves, but it's enough to say to the defender, you're not going to guard me this close and up tight easily. I'm going to do something slick on you and get a foul call. So you might want to rethink of how you're going to play me. And the thing is, they're quick with it. Like, once you put that hand out on them, they're immediately getting into it. And it's just like nothing you can do unless if you have really good reaction timing to get your hand away from that rip through. But almost always, Kevin Durant and Chris Paul is going to get a call from that. Trae Young's break check. Celtics Isaiah Thomas was another guy who did this, where if you had a step on your defender or had him in a crab dribble, these guys will completely stop their momentum or go into a shot, which would cause the defender to just knock into them, drawing a foul. It's another foul baiting move, pretty deceptive, but still effective. I feel like as a smaller guard like Trae, it really works for him. Dwayne Wade's pump fake into the defender, biting on the fake. Dwayne Wade abused this move, where on a jumper, if the defender bites on that pump fake, the defender may be in the air or their momentum is completely coming towards Wade. He would lean in a bit and quickly get into a jumper. This move has inspired the likes of James Harden and Jalen Brunson. Generational move. NBA just flipping the screen. This isn't a player, but just something NBA offenses will do, to where a player will call for a ball screen to go one way, which would get the big involved, ready to defend that side of the screen, and then quickly flipping the screen as the guard is about to take it at the last second. It not only throws off the big, but it also throws off the guard, and you can at times get some wide open looks at the rim from this. You just have to have good chemistry with your big man when doing this, but it's a very effective move if timed and done right. Tyrese Haliburton's fake screen. A smart way to fake out a defender is just by pointing out where you want the screen, so the defense prepares to set up for it and burning them as they prepare for that screen. If the defense is just not communicating here, like your back line isn't telling you, hey, there's not a screen there, or there's no one stepping up there, then it renders this play useless. But this is just taking advantage of bad communication and play recognition. James Harden hooking defenders' arms. Now, there is nothing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can do to make me whine about him being a foul baiter when James Harden was the most egregious foul baiter I had the pleasure of watching. Harden, when he got into a low pickup, or if you were pressing him hard with your hands while he was driving, he would just hook you and get a foul call. You know how ridiculous that is? You can't use your arms against Harden. Like, there was times defenders would have to literally put their arms around their back because he was doing this move. It was a crazy foul baiting move. So I don't care what anyone says about Shai. I have lived watching this man foul bait at a high level, a crazy, egregious level. James Harden, I think he's truly a special all-time foul baiter. I don't think we'll see another foul baiter like James Harden ever again. It was crazy how good of a foul baiter he was. Truly a special talent. Andre Miller's fake timeout. Andre Miller, always loved the guy, so I always have to put him on this type of list. Very smart point guard, but just another dude who just thought outside the game like a Jason Kidd, faking as if he is driving towards the sideline, getting ready to call a timeout, and everyone else is expecting that timeout, then boom, burst into the rim to get a layup. And then there's no timeout called, so that's a complete trick on you. It would be embarrassing in this situation if he got blocked, but it was such a slick move to freeze every single defender on the court and take advantage of that. Draymond Green and Stephen Curry's fake handoff play. Draymond and Curry had this fake handoff play that almost always generates easy looks at the rim for Draymond. It's deceptive because all eyes are obviously on Steph, greatest shooter in the gym, and then Dre just fakes it off the handoff, and then he just gets a quick drive because the gravity of Steph Curry, and then you just have two defenders trying to switch or get out to Curry so he doesn't get that pass. Luka Doncic's pass fake under the basket. Luka had this pretty slick and deceptive pass fake under the basket he would go to, and it would get him out of really tough spots to where there wasn't really an option to pass or get a shot off. And the threat of Luka's passes, man, you always have to play with that threat. It really helps sell this and fool defenders. Just insanely deceptive and effective. Rajon Rondo's pass fake. Absolutely love this move, and it's a move every guard should have, kind of just faking like you are going for an inside hand layup, but no, it's just a fake and he can turn around and get a shot off. He also had that behind the back fake, which I feel is a very advanced move, and if you are not a threat to showcase flashy passes or a passer, it's not going to work for you. It's probably not going to fool anyone, but Rondo can make every pass in the book and just another guy playing with the threat of his pass. Zach LaVine, the Penoy step. The Penoy step is a pretty deceptive basketball move if timed and done right. Essentially, you are throwing an early shot fake up high on your first established step to get the secondary defender to commit and bite on the fake and jump, making that second step to the rim easier. You can also combine this move with the Euro step to completely change directions, or if the secondary defender stays committed, it can turn into a slow step finish. That'll wrap it up for this video. What are some other deceptive moves that I haven't named in this video that you would also highlight? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more NBA videos like these. And for all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.